CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products such as our can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hey, Teresa, good to see you. Thursday, Mary Ann, somebody beat you here. Hey, Barbara, hope you're feeling better. Hope you have good news. Maybe you can share with us. Hey, Shauna, good morning. Good morning. Glad to see you guys. Please invite your followers and retweet this if you will. Big Ralph, good to see you. Kay, how are you? How is everybody on Tuesday? Hope you got some good news there, Barbara. Hey, Cully, good to see you. Kim, good to see you. Hey, Sally, good morning. Let me try to adjust this a little bit for better viewing here, if we can. There we go. A little bit better. Good to see everybody. Thank you for inviting everybody. Thank you for sharing this. I hope you can share this. Somebody said yesterday they weren't able to share, so I hope you're able to share this now with your followers while you're in here. Hey, Hua. Good to see you. First day on Periscope. Hey, Robin, good morning. Hope you're feeling okay today. Marlene, good to see you. Not raining now, but later we'll get more. That's good, Sally. I mean, as long as you don't get too much, I guess. So hopefully everybody can share this. Hope you're not having any difficulties with that. Barbara, again, please let us know. We prayed for you yesterday. We hope you're feeling better. Everybody, welcome. And I know I'm not saying your name right, but Hua. Sure, Hua's first time on Periscope, and maybe he or she can pronounce it better if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So we have a lot of great information. There's a lot of information that is breaking just now. So surgeon's going to see me again in a week. Thinks it will heal without surgery. Staying in my wrap for now. Oh, Barbara, that's great news. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Good to see you. If you have an update, Patrick, please let me know because I'm getting ready to tell the update about what you just posted on your website. Everybody, I wanted to give you an update on I am Charlie Gard. Charlie Gard, as you know, his parents have given up the legal battle on Charlie Gard. Hey, Helen. And the parents now, hey, Tori, good to see you. The parents now have asked to be able to take their child home so that he can pass away at home. Hey, Katie. They're going into, looks like in the court right now trying to ask to have Charlie brought home so he can die at home. The last word that I got, looking at Reverend Patrick Mahoney's Facebook page, is that the hospital is telling the parents absolutely not. You cannot take the child home. Good morning, Katie. Yeah, I mean, this I don't understand. If this child is, if they say that he's going to die without being hooked up to the life support, and these parents have a lot of money, why can't they take him home with the life support, unplug the life support there, disconnected, and allow him to die at home with his parents? Hey, Hugh, good to see you. I just can't think of a reason. I mean, if we're talking about, maybe the hospital is looking at it as some liability on their part, and I understand that. And if that's what it is, I mean, I guess that's what it is. But when you're saying that the child is going to die anyway, what's the problem? Hospitals should not have the right to determine the parental end of term care. I know, Katie. This has been a really horrendous case. I feel so sorry for these parents. I feel horrible for Charlie. I feel horrible for the fact that the parents, what I'm understanding, the parents are saying that if only the courts had allowed Charlie to leave the hospital and have this experimental treatment before now, maybe he would have had some improvement. He could have lived, So I can't imagine, as I said yesterday, what the parents are going through. No difference in taking a hospice patient home to die. That's true, Kim, except this is the UK and not the United States. They were too slow. That's right, Catherine. Thank you again, God, every day for being born in America, Marlene. Yes, Marlene. Good morning, Asher. Good to see you. Joseph, good to see you. Why can't they let him be with their child at home? Them be with their child at home and leave them alone. Every parent should have the right to say goodbye in the privacy of their home. Absolutely, Robin. I can't imagine under these circumstances that the parents are going to want to have their child die in the hospital with the hospital who would not let them take him home or move him to the United States in the first place. Only a few moments to see their baby in his room, a few hours. I know. More cruelty for the parents. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. Yeah, I think it's very cruel for the parents that they're not allowed this last final wish. It's what socialist medicine does. Catherine said, yeah. Unfortunately, I think, if we continue on with Obamacare, we're seeing the same thing in the United States, and that's why it is so important to repeal and replace Obamacare, because we don't want this happening to people here. I mean, it is bad enough at certain times when the hospitals take the children. Clear sign of the government being big brother and daddy, yes. Come to America. Well, they won't let him come to America. Yeah, unfortunately, that's part of the problem, and part of the problem that perhaps that he is going to pass away. He was not allowed to get the help anywhere else. God is trying to open our eyes. I believe that, Catherine. Absolutely believe that. And sometimes stark reality is the only way to do it. And I think, again, with this, I think this is a good reason why people should continue pushing for the absolute repeal of Obamacare, because you can see when you have a single payer, which it would be the government, this is what's going to happen. Kim said hospital and government want the last word. Yes. I wouldn't want to be somewhere so cold if I had to say goodbye to my baby, Robin said. Absolutely, Robin. Absolutely. So we've got to understand, what our freedoms mean. Hey, Nina, good to see you, and why it's so important for us to maintain our freedoms no matter what they may be, and no matter how insignificant they may look to people. They're not insignificant. Makes me want to head for the hills with my kids. I know, Ms. B. I'm telling you. When you go in for a second opinion in a hospital and they can keep your child because they think that somehow that's child abuse because you asked for a second opinion. And that was a case that did happen. And that child almost stayed in that hospital for good if it hadn't been for Patrick Mahoney going in and intervening and helping to get that child out. I know, Ms. B. I mean, those type of things happen more than we would want to know. And so, we can never let that happen in America, what has happened in the UK. It just absolutely cannot allow that to happen here. So let's pray for the family. Let's pray that, somebody in this last final days of this child has some reason and has some empathy for this family. I have to respectfully disagree with the healthcare issue, so we'll come back in a bit. Oh, Nina, don't leave just because you disagree with the healthcare. I mean, it's fine. As they said with this healthcare, they're going to allow pre-existing conditions. So I know that was one of your concerns. That's not something that they're going to take out of the healthcare bill. But just because you disagree doesn't mean that you have to leave. Anybody in here can disagree, and it's perfectly okay. Thank God we still get second opinions. Don't know how long that will last here, Robin said. Good morning, Max. Good to see you. Yeah, this is not a forum. People can disagree, The only time that people get blocked is when they are very disrespectful, name calling, that type of thing. That's what we don't want in here. But feel free to disagree. I mean, people can disagree, and it's perfectly fine. Um, Now, there's some other breaking news. There's been a lot of breaking news this morning. The Senate Judiciary Committee has issued subpoenas for Paul Manafort. That's a problem. People don't know how to agree to disagree. I know. I mean, it's hard sometimes, I guess. Hey, Bob, how are you? But it's okay to have a disagreement. And it doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong. It just means you have a disagreement. Good morning, Gary. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. So Paul Manafort. Now, what I heard, and again, when you hear this from CNN, or anybody else these days, I take it with a grain of salt. Basically, they said that Manafort now is being accused of money laundering. So we'll have to see if that pans out. Robin said they can repeal Obamacare and still require insurance to keep pre-existing conditions. That's right, Robin. And the president yesterday came out and basically said they're not going to take away the pre-existing conditions. Yes, I've changed my mind by talking things out and understanding another side, Shauna said. Should Mooch replace Priebus? Well, that's the other rumor. The other rumor is that Scaramucci may be replacing Reince Priebus. Now, what do you guys think about that? Would you be in favor of that? What are your feelings on that? Right to bear arms is like, yeah, I'm all for it. Kim's all for that. How about anybody else? Are you for Scaramucci replacing Reince Priebus? I'm almost in favor of anybody replacing Reince at this point because I'm not sure that he was ever right for the position. Hey, Fire Captain, how are you? Crazy Stork is the first day on Periscope. Everybody say hello. I want all subordinates around Trump. I bet Mooch is going to be Trump's right hand to God. That's what Shauna said. He needs to go. He's a crook, said Kim. Priebus is a leaker. Priebus has got to go. Everybody's saying, yeah. Everybody's thinking that Priebus is the leaker. Yes. Hey, Teresa, did you see the mannerisms video? No more holdovers. Yeah. They need to get rid of those holdovers. They really do. That should have been day one. I would have gotten rid of those people. Um, Teresa, do so you don't think that Scaramucci should replace Reince Priebus and that he should go? Is that what you're saying? Or no, he needs to stay where he is. We do need more Anthony's, Kat said. Yeah, that was kind of a breaking news on that. So Politico is reporting that. So again, I don't know. Yeah, Trump needs loyal people, not fakes. That's true, Bob. So we need to get rid of Paul Ryan, and that's why you need to vote for Paul Nealon if you're in Wisconsin. Can't be trusted, Kim said. That's true. With Trump, if he knew Priebus was a snake to begin with, why bring him on? And I guess it's because, Priebus did during the campaign have um, some help towards Trump. Remember everybody was so against him, and Reince is the one that went in there and kind of said, you need to just calm down and let's get this candidate here. And so, the rhinos weren't too happy about that at the time. We are ready for the next level. That's right, Nancy. Robin says she's all for getting Reince out. Did Mooch say he was a strong Catholic in his quick talk? I didn't hear that. Maybe Nancy knows if she heard that. A leopard never changes his spots. Yeah, I know. Paul Ryan, I bring that up again. POTUS does give people a chance. He does, yeah. Priebus said what he thought Trump wanted to hear. True, Shauna. And so what do you think? What do you think Reince wanted to be in there? Do you think it's because he wanted to get in there to report back to the rhinos and let people know what he was discussing, what Trump was discussing? Do you think that's it? Do you think that's why he wanted that position? What do you think is the reason for Priebus wanting that position? Leaker? Okay. He's a mole. I love that show. Remember the show about the mole? Who is the mole? I loved that show. He is polished and hilarious, Huey said. Yes, it's true. Very true. So, hopefully that's fine. And so, if they do that, will Scaramucci have two positions in the White House, or will they advance and promote Sarah again, and then they would have to get somebody else? I mean, who's going to take over Scaramucci's position, or do you think he'll do both? Can he do both? Does he have enough time in the day? Robin says yes, and please get rid of Paul Ryan. Absolutely, get him out. Oh my gosh. Please speak English because we don't speak, it looks like Russian. I don't know what it is. So 15 minutes in, and YouTube sends me a notice. Yep, I know. YouTube's right on the ball. He's Italian. He can do anything. Somebody said he probably could. Both for now. Be back. Got okay. All right, Barbara. We'll see you right back. I'm sure he could do both if needed. Yes, Shauna. I think he could do both, and I don't think that it's so critical of a position as a communications director. I mean, I think that there's a lot to do, but he could probably do both functions. But it's kind of hard to do that if you want to do a great job in both. So I just don't know about that. I you know who knows? Maybe that's what Trump had in mind when he promoted Scaramucci, wanted to promote him there and then move him over, and Sean Spicer acted too quickly. I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility. And then some, don't talk to yeah, they're Russian. Big Brother could be watching. That's right. I hope I don't get called in front of the committee. Trump has something in mind. Spicer is a rhino. Love Scaramucci. Why do you think Spicer is a rhino? Love Trump said not the swamp, but the sewer needs drained. Yes, I don't like the way he's treating Sessions. Do you? Marianne said. Marianne, let's put it this way. I would not like to be working for somebody who sort of airs everything in public about our working relationship. So now Periscope. So I mean, I think probably what Donald Trump is doing. I think it's strategy on his part. I'm just not sure why they just don't go ahead and fire Sessions. I mean, why drag it out? Just sort of get rid of him. Yeah, he tweeted about Sessions this morning, and it wasn't very nice stuff. He said that Ukrainian efforts to sabotage Trump campaign is quietly working to boost Clinton. So where is the investigation? Is the AG? And I guess yesterday he was saying stuff about Sessions too, and saying, well, maybe we can put Giuliani or Ted Cruz in as the Attorney General. And I don't know if you saw it, but Giuliani came out and said, I back Sessions on his recusal. I think that's what he should have done, and so I would not want to take his job. So he agrees with Sessions that he recused himself. Cruz met with Trump last week. Oh, there you go, Marianne. Yeah, Rudy doesn't want the position, Tillman. He agrees with Sessions, and he doesn't want the position. He thinks Sessions should have recused himself. Trump is very different, and he will do what he wants. I know people wish he would quit tweeting, but I want to know what's going on. So do I, Robin. I like it. Um, I like the tweets. I want to know what's going on too. Something is not right with Sessions, Kim said. And in what way, Kim? I mean, sometimes I think he's not forceful enough, forward enough, aggressive enough, not in a physical way, but just in what he's doing. Trump just said that as a strategy to get news off of Jared. Could be Shauna. Mark Levin for AG. Only if he has. You really do need a law degree if you're going to be AG. So I mean, it really would help. I don't know how you could be AG without it, but Trump would hit a home run if he had fireside Periscope chats. Yeah, that would be good. More to do than we know, I'm sure. Absolutely, Big Ralph. Think something under the table, just my feeling. He's from the South, Marlene said. And so am I. Yes, but he should have resigned when he had to recuse himself. But they didn't ask him to at the time, Nina. I don't disagree with that. That would have been probably a good thing to do, but they didn't ask him to do that at the time. And he did say in public hearings that he would seek the counsel of the DOJ in the event something came up about the campaign, because that was a big question. Dan Scavino did Periscope on Real Donald Trump Scope account, 750,000 views. Yeah. Just coming in on Air Force One, he gets like 59,000 views. Donald Trump does. So I mean, people want to see what he's doing. Sessions is a real Republican. Trump is not. Why are we turning on Sessions? I'm not turning on Sessions myself. Sessions should be investigating leaks. I think in the beginning, what should have happened, and I don't know whose call it was to make this, I think Hillary Clinton should have been investigated from day one. Day one. We should be halfway through an investigation of Hillary Clinton right now. I agree we need to focus on the dirty Dems in the White House. Sessions recused himself day after Trump's big joint session speech. Ralph said, yeah, but at the same time, Mueller wasn't on board yet. And Sessions didn't bring Mueller on. That was Rosenstein. And I keep wondering why did not the Republicans at the time say, hey, Jerry, uh, you know, gosh, now I lost my train of thought. Why at the time, when Mueller was brought on, why didn't the Republicans then say, we can't take this guy. He's got a lot of conflicts of interest. I don't trust Rosenstein either. I really don't. I don't trust Mueller. I don't Rosenstein, Comey, and all those people that are supposedly be neutral. They're not neutral. That's one thing. That is absolutely for certain. A lot of people should have come out at the time and said, no, we're not going to accept Mueller because he has too many conflicts. And now all of those attorneys that he hired, most of them have people who are donors to Hillary. And I hope they do find reasons that those people should be recused or fired. Same thing. Basically they rendered off of the case. Set up Republicans are in on this witch hunt. I believe that, mighty blessed one. I believe that the rhinos absolutely love this, and they're letting it go, and they're helping in a roundabout way. Trump is loyal to America first, yes, and as he should be, as any president should be. He's doing what all presidents should do, and be loyal to America. And people do love him. Trump is loyal to the country. That's the important thing. Yes, absolutely. And as for Sessions, I think in a lot of respects, I think they're hoping that Sessions will now go ahead and resign. And if you know that your boss feels that way about you, that's probably a good thing to do. Maybe they'll negotiate him leaving. Congress set up Rosenstein not to fire Mueller. Oh, Catherine, doesn't it make your blood boil? I mean, it really does. The two-party system does not represent the people anymore. Agreed, Jerry. It really, I don't know what we can do, but it really doesn't. At least he's pro-life and Second Amendment. Are you talking about Sessions or President Trump? Because President Trump we know is, and I'm sure Sessions is too. I just, I guess, how would you feel if he's replaced with Senator Cruz? I mean, for me, I know a lot of people don't like Cruz, but he knows the Constitution. He knows the law inside and out. Sessions will step down when Clinton case announced following evidence from the DWS. Well, good. That's fine. I hope that they bring this information out on Clinton, because all of this stuff, how can you have a quote unquote Russian investigation on the campaign when you exclude the Clintons? Sorry, it just doesn't work. I would love Cruz doing that. I know, Robin. He would absolutely be great as an attorney general. Even like I said, even those who don't like Cruz. My concern with Cruz is conflict of interest from the presidential candidacy. Not, could be Nancy because he was in the campaign, but just because you're in the campaign, look at anybody else we have. Marco Rubio, they could say that about Jeb. They could say that about Kasich. It could go on and on. I think it's so far removed. And remember, Nancy, this might help. He was against Trump in the beginning, so maybe that'll help Cruz. I feel like somebody has their claws in Sessions. He has not been same since appointed to the AG. Kim, that could be true, but also he also stated on election night he would not support Trump. That's true, Nancy, but he has since changed, and he went out and even said he supported Trump in his speech. And, and he's not considered a rhino at this point, so. And again, with the, if you don't know whether or not Sessions has changed, the one thing about Sessions is, Think about it. We had Holder and Lynch who were always in the public eye. But yeah, look at Holder and Lynch and look at the kind of reputation that they had. Hillary entangled in Russia, uranium deals, pay for play, huge sums given to Clintons. Jerry said, it is, Kim, I don't know if it's strange, but it's awfully quiet. And it's awfully quiet as compared to the past attorney generals. And maybe that's it. And who knows? Maybe he's keeping a low profile because of what's going on. Cruz smiles in Trump's face, back turned under knife. Well, I don't know if that's true. And if it is, why is Trump wasting his time talking to Cruz if he feels that way? So if that's in fact what they're talking about, so I don't know. And at some point Cruz wants to be president, or at least he did. So you know maybe this will be a good step from the U.S. Attorney General right into president someday. Sessions has always been a great Republican. Sessions has. I mean, you look at his background and everything that he's done, and he's always seemingly done the ethical and legal thing. Because Cruz will do Trump's bidding now. That's right, Shauna. I mean, so he says, and so if Trump has, if they've buried the hatchet, so to speak, I think it's Trump's call. Too many unsupportive wagons surrounding Trump. Yeah, it seems that way, Nancy. I think what they should do, and this is going to be hard, I would like to see them get Rosenstein out and let that other person, the next in line take over. But they're not going to do that until whether they decide about Sessions. Robin says, I don't think Cruz holds grudges. He did end up supporting Trump. And that's true, Robin. He did end up supporting Trump. And I think we have to remember that. I wish he didn't recuse himself or so little pushback. Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you talk to about the recusal. There's a lot of people who believe that he had to do that. Sessions is a good guy, Mighty Blessed One says. Trump may forgive, but he won't forget. That's right. And he'll keep an eye on him anyway. I mean, Rudy and Judy by Trump's side would be better than what we have now. Yeah, and Nancy, like I said, Rudy is not going to take the position. He said he doesn't want it because he believes that Sessions did the right thing in recusing himself. So if Sessions leave, third person should be the AG for now. Yeah. But who knows what's going to happen. Cruz is a good friend with Mark Levin, and I think Mark would encourage him to take the AG position. Asher said, what's that old saying? Good guys finish last. Campaign is a campaign. Once it's over, shake hands, move on. Exactly. Trump should not be taking to Twitter to diss Sessions. Somebody said I couldn't see how it went so fast. No, I don't think that's true about Cruz, but thanks anyway. Yeah, Nancy said that's right. Asher, everybody's in agreement. Love or hate Cruz. If Donald Trump is looking at him, obviously he feels comfortable with him, and he feels that he should be given a chance to do that. If they're talking about that, there are things that Sessions can investigate other than Russia. Exactly, Mighty Best One, and he is doing that. He's looking at sanctuary cities and doing that type of stuff now. Trump is a genius at Twitter. Masked MSM, makes MSM crazy. I know, I love that. Maybe Sessions needs to resign. Tough job, can't do it with one arm tied behind his back. I agree with that, Jerry. I think Sessions should probably go ahead and resign. I mean, again, if you find out your boss feels that way about you, there's really no place else to go. Maybe he will ask Ted to keep his Bible in his hand. I don't understand that, Tillman. Remember what Cruz did to Trump? Yeah, but they've moved on past that. And remember what you see right now, Trump is talking to him. So obviously Trump's not holding a grudge. I'm disappointed with how Trump is treating Sessions, Marianne said. And there are people who feel like that too, Marianne. Because they don't feel that kind of like airing dirty laundry. It really doesn't help. It just, I don't know. In some ways, it gives also the Democrats something else to put their, then it gives the Democrats something else to talk about. Speaking of the Democrats have a new plan. Did everybody hear about the Democrats' new plan? This is war in a way, Nancy. Yeah, well, it has been, hasn't it, Nancy, from the start with all the deep seat stuff. I mean, Trump is treating Sessions. I couldn't read that fast. Maybe Trump can light a fire under Sessions if need be. I think Sessions is kind of a methodical guy. Takes things a little slow, Sessions has not gone after leakers, Hillary or DNC. I know. I think he should be going after all those people. Uh, I mean, I really do. Hey, Don, the ha ha plan. Yes, the new plan. I can't decide if it's about pizza or something else because it's just like Papa John's. It sounds just like Papa John's. Oh, do the Dems have a new plan? Any substance? Do they ever? Here's what's so funny. The Democrats always want us to believe that, you know what, they understand the blue collar person. They understand that, they go through life just like you and me. We got this. They have our backs. We're just one and the same. And I love this. They drove about 80 minutes away from Washington, D.C., to a town called Berryville, Virginia, and it has a population of about 4,100. Now you can imagine what these people thought. Like, oh my God, here come these people, and I'm sure I don't know if they took a bus or limousines. Either way, I'm sure the 4,100 people in that little town don't have buses or limousines. They probably have older cars, and they work really hard for their money. So here these people come there, and they get out and they talk about their plan, a better deal, better skills, better jobs, better wages, better future. Better get new politicians in the Democrat Party if you want that to happen. I mean, I don't think they know the plan, maybe a pizza party. Yeah, and it sounds like, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. And now even Papa John's is in trouble for using that, and they're going to have to change their slogan to just better ingredients because another pizza company is saying, hey, your pizza is no better than ours. Yeah, much more better. I think that, the Democrats, and it's amazing because the things that they talk about, better skills, better jobs, better wages, better future, are all the things that Trump has already done in the first couple of months that he's been in office. So now they're like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe we should do the same thing, but we'll call it our deal. It's like, are you kidding me? And you're going to hear this. This slogan is going to be over and over and over again coming up on the 2018 elections, probably into 2020. They needed something, and so this is what they're doing. But if all of their we'll call them dinos, right? All of the Democrats that are in there that have been in there just like the rhinos on the Republican side. Man, if you haven't done it by now, if you didn't do it in the 8 years of Obama and give people better wages, a better future, better jobs, and better training, why did you have to wait till now? How can you do this now when you never did it? You had 8 years to do it. So, I mean, hopefully people won't be fooled by it. What I would tell people is if you want all of those things, then join the Republican Party because Donald Trump is giving you those things. Or if you don't want to join the Republican Party, just sit back and wait because Trump is going to give them to you anyway. He's bringing you all these things. What did we say yesterday? 800,000 new jobs have been added, coming from Vice President Pence saying that. How many times did you hear during the Obama administration when that many jobs were created ever? so come on, it's like just wait around. Hey, Jamie, just wait around, and the Republicans are going to do the work for you. And Democrats, you can't take this one because everybody knows that President Trump is doing it. You're late to the prom, okay, as usual. And sadly, there will be somebody who believes it. If they can believe Maxine Waters, they're going to believe there were other Democrats that are standing up and saying that stuff. Yeah, I know. Rhinos and dinos, Don. Trump gets 623 viewers. Trump gets 748,000. Oh, Dim gets 623. Oh, my God. Yeah, Schumer knows they're in trouble. And he's saying, Schumer's saying, hey, we can't blame everybody else. We have to blame ourselves. Well, you're blaming yourself, but you're not doing anything different. And here's what I like. I like the fact that the Democrats are starting to say, oh, gosh, wait a minute. Maybe we're in a little bit of trouble here. Maybe we better come up with a better plan. So let me see. All of your plan that you had didn't work. All the Democrat Party plans not working. So now you've got to get a new plan. Why do they feel that way? Because Donald Trump is showing America that the Democrats every plan that they have doesn't work. So, I mean, now they're like scared. Oh gosh, we're going to lose. Oh wow, Jay Sekulow for AG. That would be wonderful. I just don't know if Jay Sekulow would do it and leave the ACLJ, but that he's certainly a good person. Boogie said they bet everything on Russia instead of developing policy platforms that engage with changing voters. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they thought the whole Russian narrative was going to carry them through to 2018 and 2020. I love this. I don't know if you guys saw this the other day, but Tucker Carlson took Maxine Waters to task because she said that Tucker Carlson's show was racist. And why did she say that? Does anybody know? Now they are hiring everywhere. Exactly, Asher. The Obama administration kept saying jobs added, and you couldn't find a job for years in the Bay Area. And now they're hiring everywhere, Asher said. True. They gave us headaches with, yeah, they did give us headaches. Blue Dog Democrats, yep. It was awesome. He did it again last night. Yeah. So Tucker Carlson, he basically called her out and said, how is it that you're a millionaire living in this great section of town that you don't even, it's not your district, and the people in your district are poor people. How did you become a millionaire on basically a government salary? So she comes back and says, oh, well, he doesn't know anything about my investments, and he's just a racist, but for saying that. Really? Why? He would say that about anybody. I know, Nina. It's like he would say that about anybody. How can you afford this, you racist? LOL. Of course she skirted the question, Kim. First of all, she may have not known what the question was because I don't know if Maxine's brain works that way, or you ask her a straight question, she goes off to, oh, let's impeach, let's you racist. She's got certain things that she says in response to everything. So, I don't know. But he basically said, I love this. He said, the investments have something to do with the bank where her husband is a board member, at one United Bank that had a bailout in 2008, and that's when they got $12 million. And she also paid for her daughter $600,000 paid out. So I would say her investments may be just being her husband, I guess. She didn't disclose her hubby at the bank. Wow. Well, she doesn't have to because she's Maxine Waters. Did she turn over her tax returns? Truth is hate to those who hate truth. Yes, exactly, Hugh. Very good statement there. Very good statement. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how she gets away with living outside of her district. That I don't understand. Nobody else gets away with it, and she does. Hey, Beth, good to see you. It's not fair. It's absolutely not fair. Stop the lies, lady. Nope, this lady's not lying. But thank you for pointing out something that you're lying about. Doesn't she have two live-ins? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Two live in her. I don't know what you're asking. I'd love to see Mad Max tax returns the last 8 years. I mean, again, she's had 14 terms or something like that. She's going for another term. And then, with the article I did the other day about her being wanting to be president, I mean, you and I may have thought that's a joke, whatever, but it's not a joke. She said if the millennials are interested in her becoming running for president, she'd do it. And I believe that she would. I mean, 78, but if she wants to take on that job and trying to go through the campaign, I know that the campaign speeches would be something I would be watching. I'll have to admit, I would watch. No, she's not pushing as hard as Kamala. Kamala really, they're grooming her. And, again, they've had already 2 times, Dr. Sutter, that they've met with her in the Hamptons. They're grooming her. I would thank Jesus if Maxine ran for president, Boogie Bucker said. Yes. Yes, I would too. But I would watch those debates and I would tape them. I really would. Because, please run Maxine. How about run Maxine, run, we'll start a website and everything. We'll go out there and we'll get millennials to say they wanted to run. Show me the proof that there's been a height increase in people's health care. I know there's been an increase in Obamacare and my own premiums because of Obamacare. I can't speak for everybody else. Republicans for Waters 2020. That would be perfect. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. And I in the primaries here, we split them up. I would change to Democrat just to vote for her in the primaries and then switch back to Republican. It would be great. It would be the oh my gosh. I know. Republicans for Waters 2020. Asher thought that was really funny too. A Trump Waters debate. Oh my goodness. Sorry for yeah. We'll win the Bernie voters. Oh gosh, can you even imagine it? No, healthcare has never increased this much. I'm sorry. Everybody in here who talks about their premiums being sky high, ours have almost tripled. And that's never been that way in all the years before Obamacare. Never. They do increase, not like they have been. Obamacare is also fading, it's going away. It's not going to last. It was never meant to stay in place. It was meant to lead us to a single payer system, which is the government. No, thank you. Our premiums have tripled. Robin said our out of pocket went from 500 to 6,500 since Obamacare. It's painful. Exactly. People can't, common people, Robin, like you, me, and everybody else, we can't afford that type of stuff. It's too much money. How do you get fined for something you don't buy? Yeah, and they're going to do away with that. It's not going to be any more requirements or anything else. Yeah, Boogie, we talked about in the very beginning. They've given up the legal fight because there's no chance of him getting better. They're past the window of opportunity to do that. Hey, Barb. And also, the family's trying to ask to bring him home, and the hospital is saying no. Asher said, I can't afford my health care cost. I have to pay cash for services. And that's not what it's supposed to be like, Asher. Absolutely not supposed to be that way. Repeal McCain and repeal Ryan and repeal the ACA, Dr. Sutter said. Um, yeah, in other news, Senator McCain is coming back today, supposedly, back to his job, and he wants to be in on the debate of, I guess now they're going to vote on whether or not to have a debate on repealing and replacing Obamacare. It's like, let's move past the debate part. Let's just know that repeal and replace is what we need, and let's just move on from there, shall we? And you people who wanted a vacation in August, no. You know, Republicans, Democrats, why don't you just stay there? I don't know that he's feeling better, Boogie. I just think that, it's just the way he is, and is returning to work. I know. Can we repeal and replace Congress? Marianne said. Oh, yes, we can in 2018 and 2020. I'm telling you, everybody needs to get the word out about Paul Nehlen to replace Paul Ryan. We have got to get that spread around. We really, really do. If you want to know who Paul Nehlen is, listen to the last show when I had him on. He just had him on recently. He's a great, great guy. Just go and spread that show, if nothing else. There's a video and the audio of it. Just go to SusanKnowles.com, look for the show with Paul Nehlen, the most recent one, and listen to what he has to say. You'll love him. He does scope on Periscope, yes. Yeah, I know, Catherine. We just need to get more Republicans behind him. Hit Democrats in the red states hard. That's right, Boogie. They lied to us for 7 years, saying they would repeal it. They did try, but now that they have control, they still want. They want the control. Robin said. I know they've got to do what they said, and even President Trump came out yesterday and said, "Look, you people said for 7 years you were going to repeal and replace. Now you got to come through," and they do. They have to come through. Get rid of it. Let's get something better. And it's so simple. You can do one page on what is something better and just let's move on. Let's get on to tax reform. Let's get off of the health care. That should have been done 7 years ago. Your plan should have been day one, boom, done, go. That's it. He has some scopes on retweet. Yes. Go look for Paul Nehlen on his Periscopes. He did call them out, Marianne. He should have called them out. Before Obama, we veto. That would be a good hashtag. Repeal, replace Congress. Oh my gosh. Yep. Trump has done well to distance himself, put the spotlight on Congress and Senate, fail health care. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the health care, he didn't write it. Paul Ryan and a couple of other people wrote it. So, it's not really, I know President Trump is the final say, but he didn't write the thing. There's a House Democrat, and you may want to talked to him. Democrat House of Representative Al Green, he is pushing a bill to stop President Trump from pardoning himself in regards to the Russia meddling ordeal. He said no one is above the law, and this includes the President of the United States. And I find that so laughable that no one is above the law, and yet a president has a right and authority to pardon people who he or she feels should be pardoned, right? Go check out, and I did. There were so many, I didn't even want to take time to count. Look how many people that Obama pardoned between, the two terms, on the two terms that he was in. I mean, one after another, just boom, 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 boom. Most of them, dealt with drugs. I get it. That seems to have been his little, what he fancied and what he focused on. But there were so many people pardoned, and yet, we're going to do something to try to prevent the president from doing that. He said to permit the president to self-pardon would place the president above the law and beyond justice. And it's so weird that, I didn't hear Al Green coming out under Obama and saying, you know what, this could be a problem in the future, so let's go ahead and try to prevent Obama from pardoning himself. Now, Al Green may have talked too quickly here because Hillary Clinton might need this pardon power later on and maybe would have gone to Donald Trump for, to be pardoned. And I don't think that if somebody's trying to take away the authority of a president, whether he does or does not have a power to pardon himself, I don't think the Democrats are going to be able to come to him and ask for any favors of pardons in the future if they need to. And Jay Sekulow said that pardons are not being discussed. So as part of the legal discussions that are going on, he said over the weekend, I think it was, that they are not being discussed at this point. That, whether or not the president needs to pardon himself, should pardon himself, has the ability, blah, blah, blah. And Jay right now is saying that he does not know whether or not a president has the authority to pardon him or herself. And really, as I said yesterday, I did a little research on it. Nobody's ever tried it before, and there's nothing that says that a president can or can't. Al Green should run on Maxine's ticket in 2020. And I guess I heard that Omar Navarro is now, he has Roger Stone on his campaign. So that's opening up some doors for Omar in Maxine's district. So that's a really good thing. That I beg your pardon, lock her up. That's a really good thing for Omar Navarro that he's getting that help from Roger Stone because he's getting to go to different events. There's more money coming in for him. You got to have that money in order to win in her district because I'm telling you, these people, unfortunately, she's been successful in brainwashing a lot of them for all her 14 terms. They should do a Republican versus Democrat cage match. You said. Now that I would watch that too. I would have to watch that. So let's see. Other breaking news, a U.S. Navy ship fired warning shots at an Iranian patrol boat in the Persian Gulf. So, keep watching that and see what's going on there. Well, Marianne, Tucker has invited Maxine back, but, she's probably not going to come on the show. Omar is Hispanic. Yeah, he is Hispanic, and Los Angeles has a large Hispanic population. Probably a lot of Hispanics have moved in to her district because of that. So, there may be some opportunity there for him to get a stronghold there. Jet also escorted away from China airspace yesterday, right, Jerry? Well, Dr. Sutter, Nancy Pelosi thinks Bush is president because she's continued to call Trump that 5 times now. She always says President Bush and then has to correct herself 5 times that we know of. Probably been more, but we know at least 5 times. So other good news is happening. The S&P 500 opened at a new record high. No, I know, Jerry. I think there's something kind of going on with physically with Nancy Pelosi, and I don't I don't take that lightly. I really do think there's something going on, but hopefully she'll go and have that checked out. Hello, how are you? Maybe she had a thing for Bush Senior. Shauna, I don't know. I just don't know. Also, another announcement, kind of a breaking news, is President Trump supposedly, now again, this is until he says it, uh, said that Trump is working on a new trade deal with the UK. So that will be that's a good thing if it goes through. Didn't give details, but if that goes through, they should we should hear about that perhaps soon and know whether or not that's actually correct. So yeah. So I mean that's good breaking news, and it's good news to hear about what's going on and the S&P 500. I'm sure the Democrats would love that to be happening under them, or maybe not because they like it. Well, Rudy Giuliani already said that he would not take Sessions' position because he thinks Sessions did the correct thing in recusing himself. So he said he did not want the position, even if he resigns. No, I haven't, Kat. Is that good? Trading block. Okay. Wow. People in New York hate Rudy. I know. They really do. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but maybe he was a good governor and everything and a good mayor. I mean, and maybe that's why they didn't like him. They love Trump. I know they do. They don't talk about enough about that. Do people think the art of the deal is all about screwing over the person you're dealing with? I don't. He cleaned up New York. Yeah. Well, there you go, Barbara. That's a good reason to hate him, right? Cleaned it up, made it a better place. It's amazing what people hate people for. Um, Also, one of the things that you may have heard or not heard about it, so I want to talk about it a little bit. It's kind of sad to see, but not unexpected. There was a guy who is on Twitter. He works for the Daily Blaze. His name is Ira Madison. He came out and on his Twitter feed, he talked about Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and he said he tweeted out that she looked like a butch queen first time in drags at a ball. Uh, and this isn't the first time that he's been very disrespectful to people and name calling. He was the one, if you might remember, who when Sessions' granddaughter, who was sitting on his lap, who is Asian, he made that comment about who is that prop? You need to return her to Toys R Us. And he also basically insinuated that Dr. Ben Carson was going to. This was before Carson became the secretary of HUD, but he said, oh, are you going to be in the meaning the White House? Are you going to be in the House or the field? Implying that he was a field, what. Hey, Amanda. His name is Ira Madison III. He is supposedly a culture writer for the Daily Beast. Uh, People got on him yesterday and basically said to him, how dare you say those things? And you're saying that about a woman. And of course, none of I haven't seen any feminists come out in support of her. Um, and they got on him, and he did apologize. This is the second time now. He apologized about Sessions' granddaughter because it was a child, I guess, and people were really after him for that. I'm wondering why the Daily Beast hires somebody like that, and why they keep bringing him back because he's just going to come on and do it and then just apologize again and again and keep his job. I don't know why we treat people like that and why we insult people and personally and think that's okay. I really don't get that. And our society is really seeping down, and some members of our society seeping down into doing that. I know the apology. He's had 3 chances, Kim, to apologize. I'm with you. He just apologizes over and over. And I wrote an article about it at SusanKnowles.com if you'd like to see it. And I actually had somebody on Twitter tell me, oh, you know what? That's part of his subculture to call her that, so it's okay. So now, I guess if that's part of your subculture, it's okay to insult people that aren't part of your subculture. Yeah, can't be mean when then say you're sorry. I know, Marianne. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you for liking the article. Yeah, and again, he blocked everybody from Twitter yesterday, so people couldn't comment to him. So, yeah, no morals. Yeah, she's that's not part of her subculture, and so therefore it was offensive to anybody who was not part of that subculture and who was a woman. Yeah, sorry doesn't always cut it. Amanda said. It's okay when Democrats do it, right, Asher? That's what Asher said. I guess we are above culture. Yeah, I don't know why denigrating people, being disrespectful, is a part of anybody's culture. And why, again, the Daily Beast, I don't even look at the Daily Beast anymore because of some of the things that have come out of them. New pronoun, reference one can identify as a pencil, Huey said. Oh my gosh. You got blocked for your association? What are you talking about, Shauna? And just things that happened to you. Cultural appropriation. Yep. I wonder if there is a real Donald Trump block list. I don't know. That was one of the things the Democrats were upset about, Dr. Sutter, the fact that he could block people. So apparently he probably has, and they don't like that fact. They don't think he should be able to block anyone. Yeah. So let's see. In other news, which I really didn't hear too much of, there's more. I'm down to block whoever. Me too. Anybody's rude, they're getting blocked. That's because we are sinking. Very sad, Robin said. Aren't Democrats adorable? Yes. I got blocked for being associated with good people whose narrative was disliked. I know, Shauna. It's shame, but it's probably better off. Is that guy from Cali the hate state? I don't think he's from California, but he could be. They removed Boy Scout trending on Twitter now. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, people didn't like the fact that there was 45,000 people there, the Boy Scouts. Shauna did a great meme on that this morning on her timeline. You got blocked for standing with Israel. Oh, Barb. See, Barb, when people do that and they block you, consider it, great for you because you don't want to be associating with people that have that much hate in them. That's the way I look at it. I really don't. The gender scouts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they were saying really nasty things on Twitter in regards to that. Hey, Wendell, they can't even look at a good thing and think that 45,000 people there to see the president, they don't even want to remark on how good that is and how great it is, but they have to find something wrong with it. Yeah, and President Trump did a great job yesterday. And again, there were tons of people watching him. I just loved how Fox News, half of it, they had the sound off, and they had to go back and turn the sound on. It's an honor to be blocked by the left, Amanda said. I just wish people didn't have to block each other. I wish people could just be, I don't know, more respectful, and look at it as that could be your mother, your sister, your brother. And would you want people talking to them that way? I mean, if we used to say that to our kids. I don't think we do anymore. I feel blessed when people block me for Israel, abortion, and godly principles, Robin said. That's true, Robin. Yeah, and sometimes you're right, Shauna. Shauna was said she was blocked by the right, who was wrong. So sometimes it's even people on the right doing the same things. Robot trolls. That's right. Democrats have robot trolls. We've seen pictures of that. Not a pretty sight. But as Sarah Huckabee, and I said in my article, you're doing a great job, Sarah. You deserve the promotion. She does. She is doing a great job. She for a lot of people, she did better uh, than Sean Spicer. So if I was blocked from McCain or Ryan, I would take that as a badge. I know, Dr. Setter. She's grown into the role. She has very much grown into the role. She really has, Wiggy. And very quickly, too. So congratulations on the promotion. And, keep moving up the ladder. I feel sorry for her sometimes, though, with the 3 kids and having people talk to her and about her in that fashion. I'm just glad that her kids are too young to see that. Oh, Joy Reid blocked you? Congratulations. Yeah, so, we need maybe a kinder world sometimes. She takes no prisoners. Psh. Yeah. I'm honestly, which eye do we? Yeah, that's what a comedian said. I didn't think that was funny though. Those White House pressers are painful to listen to. Sometimes they are. Sarah is strong, smart, beautiful woman. Asher said yes. Robin said she couldn't watch Sean Spicer. Wanted to jump through the screen and shake him. I know. Sometimes he was just too reticent when people were attacking him. I think she is great. Yeah, she's. I think she's going to do really well, and who knows? Maybe she'll get put in that position of director sometime soon. Cernovich almost blocked you yesterday. Shauna. Sarah is a fighter. Sarah doesn't take any prisoners. Made it for the last couple of minutes. Oh, hey, Nanette. Yeah, you may want to go back and listen to the replay. We talked about a lot of information today. Sarah has been better energy than Sean. Absolutely, Ridge. She certainly has. She really has. I mean, she came in there and from the get go. Marlene, thank you so much. I'll see you around like a. Oh my gosh. All right, Marlene, thank you everybody for coming here. If you would please retweet this, that would be wonderful. I really appreciate that. Everybody on Facebook, if you would share it, and everybody on YouTube, if you would share it, and please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you didn't get a chance to listen to my guest from yesterday, please go to SusanKnowles.com. You will like this young man that I interviewed yesterday. He was straight talking about everything, race relations, politics, on and on. I think we need him in the Republican Party. Please tell me if you agree. His name is Patrick Hampton. So go there and check him out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you. Take care. All right, on YouTube, thanks so much. As always, I appreciate your support. God bless you. Thank you, Asher. God bless you too. And I'll talk to you soon.